We are now in Article 286 of the Revised Penal Code on grave coercions. Elements of grave coercion. First, a person prevented another from doing something not prohibited by law, or that he compelled him to do something against his will, be it right or wrong. Second, the prevention or compulsion be effected by violence, threats, or intimidation, and the person that restrained the will and liberty of another had no authority of law or the right to do so, or in other words, that the restraint shall not be made under authority of law or in the exercise of any lawful right. Now, let us discuss the case of Timoner versus People with GR number L-62050, dated November 25, 1983. Facts of the case. Jose Pepito Timoner was the then mayor of Daet, Camarines Norte. One day, at about 10 in the evening, Timoner, together with two uniformed policemen, Samuel Morena and Ernesto Quibral, and 6 laborers, arrived in front of the stalls along Maharlika Highway, the main thoroughfare of the same town. Upon orders of the mayor, these laborers proceeded to nail together rough lumber slabs to fence off the stalls which protruded in the sidewalk of the Maharlika Highway. He alleged that these stalls constituted public nuisances as well as nuisances per se. Among the structures thus barricaded were the barber shop of Pascual Dayaon and the store belonging to one Lourdes Pia Rebostillos. These establishments had been recommended for closure by the municipal health officer, Doctora Alegre, for the non-compliance with certain health and sanitation requirements. Dayaon was never able to reopen his barbershop business, and as a consequence, Timoner and the 2 policemen, Morena and Quibral, were charged with the offense of grave coercion before the municipal court of Daet. The issue in this case is whether or not Timoner incurred criminal liability when he ordered the fencing of stalls along the sidewalk of Maharlika Highway. The Supreme Court ruled that no, he incurred no liability for his actions. Grave coercion is committed when a person who, without authority of law, shall by means of violence prevent another from doing something not prohibited by law, or compelled to do something against his will, either it be right or wrong. The 3 elements of grave coercion are that any person be prevented by another from doing something not prohibited by law, or compelled to do something against his will, be it right or wrong. Second, that the prevention or compulsion be effected by violence, either by material force or such display of it as it would produce intimidation and control the will of the offended party, and that the person who restrained the will and liberty of another had no right to do so, or in other words, that the restraint was not made under authority of law or in the exercise of a lawful right. The case at bar, petitioner as mayor of the town merely implemented the aforesaid recommendation of the municipal health officer, and the barber shop undoubtedly qualifies as a nuisance. Having then acted in good faith in the performance of his duty, Timoner incurred no criminal liability.